Hi, this is Eric from Discngine, and today I'd like to talk to you about pipeline pilot data functions. I will start with a brief introduction and then show you how to register and execute the data function in Spotfire.
As a reminder, the Discngine Connector allows you to integrate seamlessly Spotfire and pipeline pilot in any Spotfire client with any science, and this bidirectionally. So what are data functions? Data functions have been created by TIBCO to integrate external software with Spotfire. It's used internally to integrate with R, SAS, MATLAB, and S+. And of course, it can be extended with a public API. Pipeline pilot data functions are the easiest way to integrate both products. It uses the SBDF file format to exchange data between pipeline pilot and Spotfire, and then it works with image, structures, or sequence, and it provides an easy way to map parameters and global variables. It runs in all Spotfire clients, Analyst, WebPlayer, or automation. It doesn't require any programming skills, only the basic pipeline pilot manipulation is required. So how to register a pipeline pilot data function? So it's a two-step process. First, you will create a pipeline pilot protocol, of course, and then register this protocol as a data function in the library. So let's switch to the development environment and show you how it is. So we'll create a very simple protocol that will act as a data provider. First, we'll get some data from SDF file, and then compute some properties like LOP and the image of the molecule. Image. And the only thing we have to do now is to write this output into a proper format for Spotfire, which is the SBDF format. So we have a writer for that. And if you write the output in the run directory, the data function will be able to retrieve it and load it into Spotfire. So if we do that, we will load the entire SNX data file, which is quite huge. So let's restrict this to a maximum and promote this as a parameter of the protocol. So now we can cap it to, let's say, 100 molecules. So if I run it in pipeline pilots, I'm preparing a file of 100 molecules in a Spotfire file. Now we will save this into the XMLDB. For example, in a data function folder, and call it SNX data loader. So this is the first step. Now let's go to Spotfire and register this protocol. So in the tool menu, there's a new entry. When you install our extensions, you have the pipeline pilot data function panel where you can register a protocol from there. So you see my SNX data loader shows up in the list, displays the parameters, the maximum is there, and I can save it. That's all we have to do. Registration is complete. Now that we have registered this data function, we'd like to execute it, of course. So it's a three-step process this time. First, we'll pick the data function, then enter the parameter mapping and run it. So back into Spotfire, we will now insert the data from the data function. In Spotfire 10, you have to go to press the plus button and browse the library to find your registered data function. Here, the one we have registered earlier. If I click here, I will be prompted with the parameters mapping. In this case, we have a very simple one, which is the number of molecules we want to load. So let's enter a manual value. Let's say we want 50 molecules. And if this number changes, we want the data function to trigger again. Press OK. The pipeline pilot protocol has been executed, and we now have a new table, data table in the document with 50 molecules. Let's look at them with a table plot. If I change the value of the parameter, of course, this will re-trigger the data function. So I go to data, data function properties, edit parameters, and I want now 500 molecules, press OK, and it fires up the execution. Now we have 500 rows. I just show you very basic use case of pipeline pilot data function. And rapidly, if you give it a try, you will see that you can address a lot of use cases simply and efficiently. So let's have a look to what you can do further. We are now in a web player for this demo. Here, this is a mashup that combines a Spotfire document and a web application. Thanks to the data function, I can control the content of this table. I can dynamically add any property I can compute with the pipeline-powered backend. And you see that dynamically, a new column is added after each click. In the clusters tab, we have mapped a protocol that is executing a clustering algorithm on this data table. And here in the text area, we're exposing the input parameters for this protocol. For example, I can change the fingerprints, select the number of cluster or molecule per cluster, and run the protocol directly from within the Spotfire web player. Thank you for listening, and if you want to give it a try, please contact us.